Right now on the phone, a member of Survivor, a prolific songwriter. He's done a lot of stuff with 38 Special, a bunch of groups. And the guy who wrote this song, and I didn't know that he was I can't believe I didn't know this, was the founder of the band, the Ides of March. Remember Vehicle? Well, I got him on the phone right now.
Yep, yeah, Larry and I founded it back in '64. In fact, we're celebrating 50 years as a band since '64. And Vehicle, of course, was the big deal.
Oh, yeah.
In 1970, and suddenly the record's #2 on Billboard, and we're touring the world with Led Zeppelin and Janis Joplin, and the album. It was just crazy.
I'm your vehicle, baby. I'll take you anywhere you want to go. I'm your vehicle, woman. By now I'm sure you know that I love you, I need you, I want you, got to have your child. Great God in heaven, you know I love you.
Well, I tell you, that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, because of the new book, Through the Eye of the Tiger, The Rock and Roll Life of Survivor's Founding Member. And the book offers a close-up view of the rock and roll lifestyle. These stories about the rock stars that have been on the road, what they've experienced, the pluses and minuses. Talk to me.
Well, at first I didn't know whether I should write a book, only because I didn't really have the train wreck life that a lot of so-called rock stars had.
Right.
After reading, all 4 members of Motley Crue and just that unbelievable nightmare they went through with drugs and et cetera, and the redemption, I didn't quite have that life. But as I wrote the book, I realized I had a lot of interesting stories to tell, and some drama as well, with the conflict with Frankie and in the band for kind of the power, and being the lead singer in Ides of March and not being able to flex that muscle with Survivor. I also wanted people to kind of connect the dots with some of the other things I did. Peterick is definitely not a household name, but some of the songs I wrote, like Eye of the Tiger, Hold On Loosely,
Right.
Vehicle, have been around on the radio for forever.
Tell me the story about how the song Eye of the Tiger came about.
Well, I got home. I lived in LaGrange, Illinois. We had this little house there. I came home in my VW and pressed the answer machine, and I hear, "Hey, yo, Jim, give me a call." Sylvester Stallone.
Uh-oh. Sylvester.
Yeah, so I called him back. Well, I didn't think it was him at first. Of course, I'm calling my buddies, like Sal, our road manager, because he was Italian. No, that wasn't me. And I call him back. I said, "Is this Sylvester Stallone?" He goes, "Yeah, call me Sly." And he says, "I've got this new movie, Rocky III, and I want your sound. I like your sound." He had heard Premonition, Poor Man's Son, our second album. "I want that street sound, something for the kids, something with a pulse. Can you help me out?"
Rising up, back on the street, did my time, took my chances.
And I go, "Is the Pope Catholic?" Come on.
Jimmy.
Yeah, this is our big shot at the title.
Mm-hmm.
And got the rough cut of the movie the next day, and Frank and I went to work, and never thought that in the year 2014 the song would still be around, making a difference. 5-year-old children coming up to me, "That's my favorite song." All right, you go.
I tell you, it is one of the greatest, and I'm not just blowing smoke here, but it is one of the greatest rock and roll songs, or just songs, ever written. I mean, it's just the way that it builds. I mean, it just, like it did in Rocky III, it gets you pumped up, and that's what Sylvester Stallone was looking for.
Yeah, he was looking for that, And we send him the demo. He says, "You guys really did it, but you got a little lazy on me. You didn't write me a third verse." So, okay, back to the chalkboard,
So did you write the third verse?
We cheated a little. We took the first verse and turned it on its side. Instead of rising up back in the street, it's rising up straight to the top. So we cheated a little.
Yeah. How did it click for you?
Well, I just kept at it, and I had certain angels in my life, like John Kolodner, who signed Survivor to Peterick Brothers. He started putting me together with some of his acts, like 38 Special and Sammy Hagar and Steven Tyler. And, it just, one thing led to another. I got a good reputation for a go-to guy that can integrate himself into the band and become another member.
Well, I didn't even know this either, that you wrote Hold On Loosely?
Hold On Loosely. The first one was Rockin' to the Night,
Right.
which is actually supposed to be on the first Survivor record. Long story. It's in the book. and then Hold On Loosely, when we first got together, when I got together to co-write with 38, and then it just went from there. Caught Up in You, Wild-Eyed Southern Boys, Chain Lightning.
Unbelievable. And the new book called Through the Eye of the Tiger, The Rock and Roll Life of Survivor's Founding Member.
Actually, yeah, it's in the stores now. It got rushed a little bit prior to it. It hit about 3 days ago. It's an interesting read. I mean, from what I heard,
Is that stuff on your website, JimPeterick.com?
It is. It's JimPeterick.com and the official Jim Peterick Facebook page, which is very active, and all things that I do.
Terrific. Well, I thank you for spending some time with us this morning. Thanks again, Jim. Side 95.